Hello friends, how are you? Welcome to your own channel Midu Study. I am your friend Ashutosh from IIM Indore, and friends, as we all know, Midu Study is your own channel initiative in which we discuss various management topics and subjects in a very simple manner. Friends, we have topics and videos on various modules including HRM, SM, OB, marketing and operations management. Today's video, my dear friends, is in our HRM or the human resource management module, and it is video number 19. Today we will start a new topic which is performance management. Our last topics, if you see in last videos, we have discussed about career planning and succession planning, and in a way, in a continuation to it, to plan a particular person's career or to have succession planning, that will, in case there is a key position vacant, who can take that position, how to know that. We can know that through performance management only, by having a mapping of the performance of each and every employee, and that is why this performance management is very important. Let us start, my dear friend. First of all, let us understand what is concept of performance management, what is this term, how it came into being. Performance management is a process that comprises a set of activities performed to ensure that organizational goals are met successfully. So it is not a standalone thing, it is a set of activities which, what is the aim? Aim is to see that organizational goals are met successfully. This term was coined by Dr. Aubrey Daniels in the late 1970 to describe a technology used for managing the two critical elements of performance, behavior and results. So whenever we want to talk about the performance of a particular person, there are two aspects which are important. One, what is his behavior and what are the results. So whenever a situation arises, what was the behavior of the person and overall what have been the results. And this term performance technically captures these two things. Performance management is of utmost importance for an organization in order to assess its progress. So for an organization to see if it is progressing or not, if it is growing or not, this particular term is very important, and understanding this term is very critical. Let us move ahead. Performance management, what is the nature? It helps organization to evaluate the performance from time to time and ensure better productivity, helps in understanding the productivity. It has following benefits. Performance management works as a tool that helps in developing employee performance. We already discussed it helps in developing the employee's performance. It identifies training and development need to ensure skilled, competent and motivated workforce. So see, you are measuring the performance, you will understand if it is up to the level or there are some gaps. In case there are some gaps, can you identify those gaps and work upon them? Can you give some training? Because see, if you have an employee and you see that he can work very well, but his Excel skills are not good, then provide him Excel coaching. Employees working is very good, his communication skills are not good, provide him communication training. So those training and development needs basically you can understand and you can provide. Performance management help organization in setting goal, developing HR and rewarding employee performance. So setting of goals take place, you can evaluate the employees against them, and those employees who are fulfilling the performance, you can reward them at the end of the year or even in case in some mid-year also. What is the significance? Performance management help in encouraging employee to participate in the decision making process. So through this performance management, employees actually feel that they are a part of decision making process. It is not that they are only asked to work and there is no involvement. No, they feel that there is a part in the development in the decision making process. It helps in establishing meaningful work target for employees. So through performance management, when it will come to how to measure performance, you will set some targets. When you are setting some targets, you are basically establishing some particular standards for them, and then you will measure them against that. It sets performance standard based on which evaluation is done, which I just mentioned. So some target will be set and then you will evaluate against those particular target. For example, if a person is in sales, you have set a target that he has to achieve 20 crores of sales. So that is particularly target set. Now against that target you will basically evaluate. It carries out a career development program for the employees. Now basis the requirements which you feel, you can give him training and you can help in developing his particular career. Meaning of performance appraisal. Now in performance management, the first and most important part is your performance appraisal. Employees are most important and valuable sources of organization's growth and progress. Therefore, organization needs to motivate and reward the employee from time to time in order to ensure their continuous performance. So see, human resource, as we all know, is the most important part of organization, and every person, because see, there is inflation, everyone's expenses or standard of living is increasing, so expenses are increasing. So time to time you need to do that salary correction, you need to do that salary increment, And best part of doing it is how? Through performance appraisal, in which you judge the performance, basis that you reward the employee in form of increment. Performance appraisal is one such mechanism that not only helps an organization to understand the ability and competency, but also motivate them for improving their current performance level. So they will see that I performed at this level, maybe I got X percentage, say 8% increment. My peer who did work hard, whose results were fantabulous, he got much more. So I should also next year try and much more. That is the motivation to improve the level. It is the process of analyzing the past performance and future potential of employees. So both analyze the past performance. So this particular last year which ended, what was the performance, basis that give him appraisal, and also identify the future potential in future, how well this employee can do. The performance of employee can be analyzed on the basis of various parameters such as hard work, quantity of output produced, quality of work done, responsibility, initiative, regularity, punctuality. So it means that various parameters, and including your number based parameters, sales and all, as well as some qualitative, so both quantitative as well as qualitative methods. If he is regular, if he is punctual, so it can happen that an employee is very good in terms of numbers, but he is not regular, or he is not punctual, or he is not taking responsibilities, he is not taking initiative. So that all this kind of things also needs to be judged. What are the objectives of performance appraisal? Performance appraisal helps in determining the training and development need by assessing performance gaps. The very first thing that we discussed. So you will identify what are the gaps, and once you have identified the gaps, you can see what training and development person needs, and this is how performance appraisal helps. It focuses on developing new skills of employees so that they may hold various key positions in the future. So in the succession planning we discussed now that you identify from the current employees that who can take that particular position. So to develop that, you can give him training, and how you can give him that particular training? By developing the new skills and making him ready. It provides effective feedback to the employee which helps to improve their performance. So it provides a feedback. Otherwise, in day-to-day person is doing work, some tasks are completed, some are not, some are up to level, some are not up to level. But through performance appraisal at the end of year, you can tell him, see, this were the 5 parameters on you which were judged, this was the targets that was set, this is what you have achieved. So here you have done good, here you have not done good, this is the scope of improvement. It helps organization to decide the compensation and incentive, and based upon the results of performance appraisal, what increment is to be done, promotions that are to be done, and what incentives are to be paid in case there is variable component in the payout also. How this performance appraisal process is carried out? First of all, you need to establish the performance standards. Very important, because see, without having proper standards in place, you cannot judge the employee correctly. So standards should be set very correctly. Communicating the standards. Once the standards are set, you need to communicate them well. Employees should know them, and there should be clarity. It should not be that you are thinking something else, employees understanding something else, and the person who does appraisal is doing something else, HR is thinking something else. No, all should be on same page. If one parameter is set, everyone should understand it in the same level. Determining the person responsible for conducting performance appraisal. Even this should be defined. In most cases, it is the immediate supervisor, the person to whom the reporting manager. But in case if he is not doing the appraisal, who is doing? Person should know that in the very beginning. Measuring the performance. How to measure? You need to decide. And once this is done, communicate the results that employee against these parameters what you have achieved, and then take corrective actions wherever required. Now, how to do this performance appraisal? There are two set of methods: past oriented and future oriented. Past oriented, there are 5-6 methods which we will discuss today in brief, and future oriented we will take in our next video. Let us discuss past oriented. So first of all, what are past oriented? These are the oldest techniques of appraisal based on trait oriented approach. Trait oriented approach, when I say, wherein the performance of employee is evaluated on the basis of established standards or traits or qualities of employee. So established standards of traits or qualities, based upon that it is done. Some of the important past oriented methods are: first is confidential report. Confidential report, this is the most common method. It was even known as ACR, and in many government departments till now it is used, especially in all the government departments it is used. It is a descriptive report prepared by immediate reporting authority, and usually at the end of year, and then it is sent to the department, and this is not two-way communication at all. The supervisor fills it and sends it across. Critical incident method. So see, day to day there is no more firefighting, but within a year there will be 4 to 5 incidents which you can call as critical. When we say critical, it can be critical to the role, critical to the client, critical to the company. So in such incident, how the behavior of employee was there, it is taken into account. That method is known as critical incident method. Second is, my dear friend, checklist method. In this method, appraiser provides rating based upon the behavior at workplace. So what are the 4-5 desired parameters of behavior and what this employee is doing, that is checklist. Forced choice method. This method requires the appraiser to provide rating to an employee from a set of descriptive statements. This is known as forced choice. So there will be a statement, is the employee polite or not? So forced choice, you have to choose this or that. Is he punctual or not? So this kind of thing. Between 2 or 3 choices, you have to make a particular choice. Paired comparison. Performance is each employee with other employee one at a time. So if there are 4 team members, performance of A will be compared to performance of B, C, D. This is known as paired comparison, in which it is done in comparison to the peers. Forced distribution assumes that in this method performance level of employees matched with normal statistical distribution, that is forced distribution. So a normal curve, my friends who are working would relate to it. In majority of the companies this method is used. So for example, there are 10 employees and this curve says that only top 10% can get A, so means 1 employee. So even if 3 employees are best performers, 1 will be given A, rest will be moved to the next part of the curve, and that is why it is known as forced distribution method. These were all, my dear friends, past oriented methods. In the next video we will do future oriented methods and the remaining part of this particular chapter. In there, confusion is there, any doubt is there, you can write on our mail id meedu.study@gmail.com or in the comment section. We will work on it. In case you are liking our content, please like our video, share it and subscribe to Meedu Study. Thank you friends, take care.